Farmers in Iyolwa sub-country, Tororo district have adopted upland rice growing under rain-fed conditions to produce rice. Owere Charles Opendi started growing upland rice in 2006.
I started growing upland rice in 2006. That was when Nerika project was launched. And I have been a seed multiplier for rice varieties. In particular, I started with the Nerika 4 rice, then Nerika 10, and Nerika 1. I decided to do upland because I survive on rainwater. I don't have permanent water source where irrigation can be done. So that's why I've resorted and continue planting upland rice varieties.
Upland rice farming can thrive under climate-smart agricultural farming method. It requires ample water to germinate, and it takes between 110 to 130 days to mature. At least 1 acre yields up to 3 to 5 tons of rice, depending on the seed variety and rainfall pattern with agronomical practice.
Also, we want to encourage farmers, particularly in eastern Uganda, to move away from the wetlands and actually produce rice under upland conditions. So they produce rice just like the way you plant maize. You can also plant some varieties that have been developed in Uganda, the types of the Nerikas, the Kafasis, and also some varieties that have been developed in Kenya, like the Komboka varieties, that you can plant just like maize. And we call those ones upland rice. So that will reduce pressure on the wetlands and the need to expand more land under wetland or irrigated rice.
And upland rice varieties, given proper agronomic practices, gives you between 20 to 22 bags, 100 kg bags. As a farmer, in fact, when you crop the upland rice varieties, the cost of production lowers because it doesn't require you to buy the pest and the pesticide because they are resistant to diseases.
Despite its climate advantages, upland rice farming has not gained momentum in Uganda. Less than 15% of farmers practice upland rice. Most farmers still believe that paddy rice farming is most suitable type of agriculture practice. Kilimo Trust is training farmers to adopt upland rice farming under its Reduce, Reuse, Recycle Rice Initiative for Climate-Smart Agriculture, Phase 2 project.
Over 90% of our rice production, not just in Uganda, even in Kenya. Actually, it's even a larger percentage in Kenya where over 95% of all rice is produced in the wetlands or under irrigated conditions. Actually, to the extent that there are farmers until today who actually don't know that the rice can also be produced away from the wetlands or away from flooded environments or from the wetlands. So, and of course, you know the conversation that has been there, spearheaded by His Excellency, the President of Uganda, in terms of the need to conserve wetlands in Uganda.
Farmers, you come out from wetlands because you are degrading the environment, and that's why these days we don't even have we don't receive no more rainfalls as usual because down in the wetland they have destroyed, in fact, the environment there, so it has hampered the rainfall patterns.
Government shifted priorities under the national government policy on supporting upland rice production to encourage farmers practice upland rice growing and vacate wetlands. Green Climate Fund under building resilient communities, wetland ecosystems and associated catchment areas are some of the policies.
There is upland rice growing, which is common in this country. We advise farmers to take up upland rice growing. The government has programs for promoting irrigation, and we need this water in wetlands for that purpose, because if we drain our waters in the wetlands, given that the climate is changing and the rainfall is not consistent, this country is now looking towards irrigation. And where are we going to get the water for irrigation? It comes from where? So if farmers can be encouraged to grow rice, upland rice, through irrigation, then that is the solution.
Currently, Uganda produces at least 350,000 metric tons of rice annually, which seems inadequate to feed Uganda's growing population. Sada Mubale, UBC News, in Bukeddi sub-region.